Hello YouTube and welcome to my Armoured Zombies guide. This is the first guide I've ever done, so I would appreciate it if you guys leave a comment and tell me how I can do better next time. And before we start this guide, I would just quickly like to give my friend Jello a shout out. He's been bugging me all day and he just wanted a shout out, so yeah. So let's start with this guide. This is one of the best melee training methods that there are in Runescape. So it's highly recommended that you train here, and it's definitely worth training here. So they're called Armoured Zombies, they're level 85, 850 life points, they attack with melee and ranged, and you need to complete Defender of Varrock to be able to kill them, and you need to do the Haunted Mines quest plus Tanzlair mini quest for the Salve Amulet Enchanted, which is going to help you a lot during training. Now let's move on to the recommended stats for killing Armoured Zombies. I would recommend 70 plus in attack, defense and strength and constitution before training here. I would recommend 60 plus prayer, 60, 70, 92 or 95 prayer, and completion of King's Ransom if you only have 70 or 60 prayer, or completion of Templet Centistan if you have 92 or 95 prayer. The 1670 prayer for the prayers Piety and Chivalry, which give you attack bonuses and defense and strength bonuses while training, so it's very good to get those. And Templet Centistan for curses, which has Soul Split and Turmoil. And I would also recommend 68 summoning for a Bunyip or Unicorn Stallion while training here, which both of those families heal you and they are very helpful for training. So now we'll just move on to some notable drops. As you can see on screen now are a list of notable drops that the Armoured Zombies drop. They drop quite a lot of runes, and they drop all the kinds of charms quite often, and they also drop a lot of noted planks. So it is very good to pick up these drops, as they will make you quite a bit of money from training here, and they will make back the lost money from things like bunyip pouches and potions. So it's very good to pick these up, and instead of reading them all out, I'll just let you guys pause the video and you can just read over those. And so yeah, next up we'll move on to gear setups, inventory setups, how to get there, and the method of killing them. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so now let's move on to the gear setups. This first gear setup I have here is Elite Void with Soul Wars Cape and Salve Amulet. Now this was under the requirements. You need to complete the Haunted Mine quest and the Tanzlair mini quest to achieve the Salve Amulet Enchanted, and this gives you a 20% increase to strength and attack when fighting the undead. I have full Elite Melee Void because it's good for its offensive powers because of the damage bonus it gives you, but it also has a good prayer bonus, giving a prayer bonus of 23, and comparing that to the other gear I'm going to show you, it's actually a pretty good kind of thing to, it's like a mix between the other two sets that I'm going to be showing you. I have the Warrior Ring for max slash bonus with my Abyssal Vine Whip. It's worth getting the vine to add to your whip if you're going to be training here for a long time. I definitely notice a difference, so yeah, it's worth it. I have Reverence Aura, or I also use Penance Aura. They both work really well at Armoured Zombies. And I also have my Dragon Defender for its strength and attack bonuses, but this can also be swapped out for a Dragonfire Shield if you have low defense or if you are going to be AFKing for a while. Now let's move on to the next setup. Okay, now this setup is the same as the last setup, but the only difference is that we swapped out the Void for a Helm of Neatsnot, a Proselyte Hauberk, and Proselyte Cuisse, as well as the Barrow's Gloves. This is a very prayer heavy outfit that I would suggest using if you don't like recharging your prayer very often. Personally, I don't like to use this because it decreases your XP per hour, but it does have a good 31 prayer bonus. So yeah, it's not much different to the Void setup, just you can stay down there longer without recharging your prayer, but you get a little bit less XP per hour, so it's up to you which setup you want to use. And again, you can swap out the Dragon Defender for a Dragonfire Shield if you have low defense or if you're going to be AFKing for a while. Now let's move on to the next setup. This next setup I have here is very strength based, giving you a 115 strength bonus, but it does have a lower prayer bonus than the Elite Void and the Proselyte set that I showed you guys. But this armor set can have it can get around the same XP as Void, but Void is, I find it better overall because you can stay down there longer, and both sets pretty much have the same XP per hour. The Fighter's Torso you can get from Barbarian Assault. You can switch this out for a Bando's Chestplate. It has the same strength, but Bando's Chestplate has higher defensive stats. Bando's Tassets, these are good for their strength bonus and their decent defense bonuses. Dragon Defender again for its attack and strength bonuses, and again you can switch it out for a Dragon Fire Shield if you want to stay down there a bit longer, or if you have low defense. And just a quick shout out to my friend AK Blizzard 1. He lent me these tassets for this video so I can show you guys some good setups to use at Armoured Zombies. And I would just like to say that anything you see in these setups you can change to how you want to change them. I'm not saying you have to do this, but these are just my recommended setups, and I would recommend using these setups when training at Armoured Zombies. So now let's go look at how to get there. Okay, so now we're going to look at some inventory setups. Now this setup I have here basically only works if you have the Soul Split, if you have 92 prayer and curses for Soul Split, which you can use to heal yourself up because there's no form of food or anything in here. It's mainly most of your inventory spaces are used with potions, so you can camp there for a long time. Super attack, super strength, you can switch these out for extremes if you want to. You can add some super defenses in there if you really want to, but there's not really much of a point of using a super defense potion or any defense potion at Armoured Zombies. I have a special attack weapon just to use it when you can. Teleport to house if I ever need to bank or anything. My spare aura, if you have more than one aura, it's good to bring all your auras if you're going to be camping here for a while. And Holy Wrench because it slows down the prayer drain rate. So now let's move on to the next inventory setup. For this inventory setup, it's basically the same as the last one, but I took out some of the super attack and super strength potions and I swapped them with a super restore and some bunyip pouches. This is good if you don't have soul split or if you don't plan on paying much attention while your character trains at Armoured Zombies. This is good because the bunyips heal you up, but sometimes the bunyip won't heal you up enough, so it's good if you have soul split to maybe just soul split flick every maybe like 20 minutes or something, because the bunyip won't always heal you as much as you need to. It's also good to bring some Bones to Peaches tabs, but we will get into that in the next inventory setup. So I'll see you there. For this last inventory setup, it's basically the same as the last two, but I added a few more potions than the last one, and I just put some Bones to Peaches tabs in there. This is good because it can keep you there as long as you like, or until you run out of potions. All you have to do is just pick up the bones whenever they drop bones, pick them up, fill all your inventory slots up. When they're all full, break a tab, then that's basically as much food as you're going to get at that time. But however, this inventory setup does require you to pay a bit more attention, but it is good for people who don't have 68 summoning or 92 prayer. So now, and also feel free to change anything in these inventory setups that I've shown you to your preference. You don't have to do this, but these are just my preferred inventory setups. So now we'll look into how to get there. Okay, so now we're going to look at how to get there. So from the center of the Grand Exchange, you just head east towards Varrock Castle, and I'll probably just fast forward this clip and then I will start talking again once we reach the correct point. You can just follow where my character goes, and I'll just open up the map once we get there so you guys can see where exactly I am. And here we are. We are on the 3rd floor in the northwestern corner of the Varrock Castle, and we are in a room with, I'll just wait for it to load. Okay, and we're in a room with Hartwin and Captain Robin. What you want to do is you want to talk to Hartwin, and then say yes, and then he will teleport you to the Chaos Altar in the wilderness, but no players are able to attack you here. And as you can see, there's an altar right here, and for this setup, I tend to just use, for my quick cursors, I set it as Berserker and Turmoil on, and I only use Soul Split when I need to because I have a Bunyip with me. So you summon your Bunyip up here if you chose to use a Bunyip. Pot up and activate your aura. Turn on your quick prayers and head down. Now as soon as you head down the trapdoor, this is where you will be training. And as you can see, there's already someone here. This is alright. It's usually fine if there's one other person here, but if there's 2 other people here and you, making that 3 people, XP tends to be slow as there are not enough zombies for everybody to kill. Now you will notice that some zombies will be using range and some will be using melee, so if you want you can use the protect from melee prayer or range prayer corresponding to whichever zombie you're killing, but it is also a very popular choice to just use protect from melee as your quick prayer, and then just do that with the Bones to Peaches tabs, making this a very effective way to train, as you can also AFK for a while without having to do much. Now as you can see, they drop some charms. These are pretty decent for charms and money considering how much combat XP you get here, so it's very good. And if you don't have 95 prayer like I do, things like Chivalry and Piety are also very good prayers to use, as they do increase your XP per hour, and it is well worth using them, and it is also well worth using Super Strength and Super Attack potions here, as they do boost your XP by quite a lot. Now if you want to train here without using prayer and you're just going to be using a Bunyip and Bones to Peaches tabs, then you can run around the corner here, and there are a bunch of zombies here. Usually this spot is less crowded, but however you do get less XP per hour here as you are not praying. But if you want, you can still pray here if the other spot is crowded, but you will just have to run around here, around the corner, and then up the trapdoor. I hope this guide helped you guys, and so could you please just leave a like, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, tell me what guides you guys want to see, how I can help you in the future. So thanks for watching. Oh, and one quick thing, whenever you run out of prayer, just run up the ladder, pray at the altar, jump back down, and here you are. And this method can yield around I usually get around 100k combat XP per hour here, and that's in one skill, not including hit points. So it's a very, very good place to train, and I would highly recommend it for anyone to come train here. So once again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.